Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Castle with 31 Triple Doppler.
Well, good evening, everyone. Latest on Francine. No longer a hurricane, downgraded to a tropical storm in the 10 o'clock update. Winds are still, though, high, 70 mile per hour, moving northeast at 16 miles per hour. A new track is out as well, and really it hasn't changed. It is going to go through Mississippi tonight through the day tomorrow. That will continue to keep Alabama and us here in the northern part of the state on the eastern side of the storm, and that is typically where the worst of the weather comes on through. We have that severe weather risk that does continue for tomorrow as we pick up some rain bands associated with the winding down of the circulation of Francine. The threat is remaining low, 1 on our scale of 1 to 5. There are some limiting factors through the day tomorrow which will perhaps keep the tornado potential low, but not zero. So we want you to stay weather aware. We're going to be here watching the showers and the thunderstorms that will be embedded at times moving through, because those will pose a risk for bringing some spin up type of tornadoes. We're also going to be watching the wind on the increase as well. This is something all of us will experience 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning. Winds already gusting around 30 miles per hour. And then as we head past the noon hour tomorrow and through the afternoon, some of those wind gusts could approach or even exceed 40 miles per hour. So hopefully you took my advice from earlier. You took advantage of the quiet weather this evening to kind of secure things outside. We are awaiting the rainfall. There's really nothing of any concern right now. Wave 31 Triple Doppler. We are starting to pick up some returns, mostly just to the south. Keep in mind the lower part of the atmosphere, thanks to our weekend cold front, is fairly dry. So we're going to have to moisten things up a bit before we start seeing much in the way of rainfall. But it does appear that overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning, the wet weather you see showing up here central and down into southern Alabama will be making its way in across the area. Of course, you can see the bigger rain shield associated with Francine, bringing very heavy rainfall to parts of southeast Louisiana and southern Mississippi right now. Let's track it all out. Latest here with future radar showing overnight clouds thicken, and by the time you wake up in the morning and step out, we're likely already going to be tracking some widespread, mostly light rainfall very early in the day tomorrow. As the morning wears on, some of that rain will get a little bit heavier, especially out here in the northwest corner of the state. So if you're in the shoals, do expect the rain to pick up in intensity by mid-morning tomorrow. It'll still be a little bit lighter as you head east of I-65 through the Athens, Decatur, Huntsville area and points eastward. Then we're going to turn our attention to the afternoon hours. And what we're going to start to see is a band of heavier showers and embedded thunderstorm activity that will develop and pass through the area. We'll stop this around 7 o'clock in the evening. You see that band stretching from Lawrenceburg to Athens, Decatur, Huntsville, back towards Arab, down into parts of Blount County as well. And it is within this band, a couple things we're going to watch. Number one, because we may see heavy rain train over the same areas, basically it stays in place. Some localized spots where we could have some flooding. Number two, it's going to be within this band. If we see any tornado development, that is where it will occur. And some of the latest updates suggesting that that threat may actually linger a little bit longer into the day tomorrow. Here's 10 o'clock Thursday evening. We may still have some pockets of heavier downpours and stronger showers and storms that may pose a continued threat for an isolated tornado risk over here into parts of Sand Mountain through mid-evening tomorrow. That band does die out as we take you into Thursday night, but another one will develop and track through on Friday. And once again, this could bring some heavier rain to some areas and a risk of severe weather. Latest update for Friday's severe weather outlook does include I-65 eastward now, so we'll be monitoring for that again as we close out the week. Rainfall potential through the end of the day tomorrow for a lot of us, 1 inch, 2 inches, maybe 3 inches in a few spots, but where those heavier bands set up through Friday, we could be looking at rain totals 4, 5, 6 inches or even a little bit more than that. So that is something we'll also keep a close watch on for you through the day tomorrow and on into Friday. Temperatures tonight dip into the 60s. Tomorrow we don't warm much, only climbing into the low 70s due to the clouds and the continued rainfall. And that is one of the limiting factors for not seeing a higher tornado potential, because temperatures will be quite a bit cooler than they've been in recent days. Still in the 70s on Friday, 60% chance for some additional rain. We track some wet weather for the weekend as well, but by early next week, finally drying out a bit, and temperatures will bounce back into the mid to upper 80s for highs.